I never thought an ordinary Tuesday night would unravel everything I believed about my marriage. The office Christmas party was buzzing, laughing coworkers, clinking glasses, the scent of cheap perfume mixed with punch. I had walked in thinking I was just here to support Emma, my wife of 8 years, who insisted she needed to come for networking. But the moment I saw her, I felt it, the sharp, jarring pull in my chest. She was leaning a little too close to one of her coworkers, David, laughing in a way I hadn't heard in months. Not her usual playful laugh, but something softer, intimate, almost secretive. They were shoulder to shoulder, whispering, hands brushing. I froze at the doorway, pretending to adjust my tie, but every instinct screamed that this wasn't harmless. The suspicion hadn't appeared overnight. Over the last few weeks, small things had been gnawing at me. Missed calls she would quickly silence when I walked in the room. Texts that made her smile or frown, before hiding her phone behind her back. Little excuses for being late, at work, or staying in the office for extra hours. I blamed my imagination at first. Then a gnawing doubt lodged in my chest that I couldn't shake. I tried to tell myself it was nothing. Maybe she was just laughing with a friend. Maybe I was overreacting. But the way she looked at David, like he was the center of her world, felt like a betrayal I couldn't unsee. I watched my throat tight as they moved closer. Her hand lingered just a second too long on his arm. She leaned in, her face lit by the string lights decorating the office. I wanted to step forward, to yell, to demand answers. Instead, I felt paralyzed, my heart pounding like a drum I couldn't silence. Later that evening, as the party carried on, I found myself standing alone near the buffet table, replaying every small interaction I had ignored. The late-night work calls, the unexplained absences, the subtle shifts in her attention, they all converged into this one unbearable image. Emma, not my partner, but a stranger leaning toward another man as if I didn't exist. The slow reveal came later that week. I noticed her phone buzzing constantly on the kitchen counter. I didn't want to invade her privacy, but curiosity and dread got the better of me. The messages were casual at first. Jokes, emojis, comments about lunch or a project. But beneath them, I could see a pattern: flirtation, emotional intimacy. The kind reserved for someone you share secrets with, someone you desire. Every line cut deeper than the last. When I confronted her, I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I just sat across from her in the quiet of our living room, the low hum of the heater filling the space between us. Emma, are you seeing him? My voice was barely a whisper. She looked down, her hands twisted in her lap. I didn't plan for it to happen, she said finally. I felt alone. And he listens, Wasim. He listens in a way I feel like I haven't felt in years. I wanted to argue, to rage, to storm out. But all I could do was breathe and let her words sink in. I realized then that betrayal isn't always explosive. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's a slow erosion of trust that leaves you standing in the wreckage of your own love, unsure how it all fell apart. The aftermath was brutal. Every memory, the lazy Sunday mornings, the way she used to laugh at my terrible jokes, the nights spent planning vacations together, felt tainted. I questioned myself. Had I missed the signs? Had I failed her somehow? And more painfully, I questioned her. Had our years together meant nothing? I made a choice, not out of anger but necessity. I can't do this, Emma. I can't stay in a marriage where my heart isn't safe. I said, my voice steady but heavy. You need to figure out what you want, and I need to figure out how to live without this, without us as it was. She cried then, softly, remorse written in every line of her face. There was guilt, yes, but also a clarity that maybe she had needed this too. A moment to see that her choices carried consequences. In the weeks that followed, I moved into a small apartment, leaving behind the home and the life we built together. The heartbreak was constant, but slowly a quiet strength emerged. I learned that love is not possession. It's trust, respect, and honesty. When those are broken, sometimes the kindest act is to walk away. I still remember that party, the way her laughter with David reverberated in my chest, the sharp ache of betrayal. But I also remember the clarity that followed, the realization that my worth didn't depend on someone else's choices. Betrayal shattered me, yes, but it also taught me how to rebuild, how to trust myself, and how to reclaim the quiet dignity that love alone can never guarantee.